Welcome to Pull the Pin Ready War Room Edition. I am your host, Jim, and joining me as usual is...
Nate Dog.
Welcome, Nate. Sorry
Hey,
about that
hey, Jim,
little
what's
technical
happening?
snafu.
Now we're all good. We're all good.
Yeah, I don't think
No
the
one,
viewers out there know it because it's
no one
probably going
else
to be
knows what
edited
happened
out.
yet. So,
Yeah, it's probably going to be edited out, but this dummy right here just played the outro video instead of the intro.
thought
So
we were done recording for the day. We just got here.
yeah, right. That was the quickest show we've ever done. Um, but anyways, welcome to Pull the Pin Ready. Thanks for tuning in. You could be anywhere in the world right now, or maybe not. But anyways, thanks for joining us.
No, you could be doing anything in the road now, but you chose to be here with us.
Oh, is that it? You see,
Yeah.
that's why we need you to donate all your money and stuff so that we can do this
Oh my
right.
God.
Because like we're not really getting it right. Anyways, yeah, I'm tired of asking for money because we're doing it for free right now, which everybody does. And all right, I guess so sick of listening. All right, anyway, VPN, coffee, whatever. This is the episode where we pull some headlines out of the media or whatever garbage place we're getting them from, and we're going to talk about them as whether we've read the articles or not, because we know you live busy lives too, and you probably have not read the articles, so we're just going to make it up and get mad, just like you are from what we read, and tell you our perspective and why is our perspective important, Nate?
Again, we're just average veterans who've been in the world and we know everything.
Mm-hmm. And why is that? What's a good thing about that, right? What am I supposed to say, man?
We've never been fact checked about any of that, so we're good.
Oh yeah. How do we know that where our opinions matter, right?
That's right.
That's it. I don't know, dude. Whatever.
It's my opinion, so it's my fact. It's all good.
It's like we don't do this show enough. Like I can't remember what to say. Like, duh. Like what episode are we on? We're like,
Oh, I don't know.
it's hard to say. Like we're in like 250s on the war rooms or something, but there's still like 100 and something. I think we're almost like 400 something. I mean, total episodes. We've been doing this for a little while, right?
A couple years now.
Yeah, that's good. Well, I love it. You love it. If you're a veteran out there, come on. I know I haven't been saying it at the end of the show, but that's what this is for. It's for you guys. You want to get on the show. This isn't just for us to entertain you guys or pass the time. This is all for you guys and girls. I don't want to sound like I'm eliminating anybody. If you're a veteran, man, just reach out. Go to the website. It's on the bottom of every episode. Reach out. If it doesn't work, leave us a comment in one of our episodes and tell us it doesn't work because we don't sit and monitor the stuff all day long. Unfortunately, we have lives and we know you do. But this gives us a place to vent and talk and hang out and joke and try to bring up some of that camaraderie we've had, from the military. So come and join us. I know none of that had anything to do with headlines, but yeah, that's what we're about.
Well, here's the headline.
No, we'll jump right into a headline. Oh, this is a headline about the military. Look at this. One scientist has spent 30 years trying to understand and treat Gulf War illness. This one, I think, came from Johnny.
Just one. It's all we can. It's all we can afford to spend time and effort into our military is one scientist to understand illnesses from war, huh? Pretty good.
And he spent 30 years trying to understand and treat it. Why didn't he just go to the COVID people, man? Pfizer and them, like
true. They can do it quick.
Yeah, they can cure all kinds of stuff really fast. Why didn't he just go to them?
Well, that was 28 years ago. Maybe the past 2 years he has been. 3 years. How long are we into COVID now? COVID's gone now. Emergency's over, so we're no longer COVID.
Yeah, but there's still people wearing masks, like they're afraid of the shadow.
But it's like, how many scientists are understanding OIF and OAF now? Any of them yet?
They're probably trying to figure out the Ukraine stuff now.
Oh.
How did we send trillions of dollars over there? How? What would it take to send trillions of dollars to them? Where is all that money? Yeah, so they're probably, that's going to take them another 30 years to figure that out. But isn't this silly? Like, I mean, first of all, what is Gulf War illness?
Well, we're going to ask that scientist, I guess.
No, you can make it up, dude.
Illnesses you get from being over there. I don't. Maybe we the Saudi Arabians. Do they all have the Iraqis? They all have the same illnesses the Americans do. They're all there, right?
Man. I mean, well? I mean, they wear robes, so maybe it's like some sweaty ball thing. Because like we still wear underwear and BDUs. They wear robes, so they got it figured out. So got to let them things air out so they're not sweaty. So maybe is that the illness he's talking about?
Nah. I'm gonna go with no, but.
I mean, did anybody ask you or anything if you had the illness?
I was not in the Gulf War.
Oh, but you were in the military during the Gulf War, right?
No.
No, 30 years ago. You weren't in the military 30 years ago.
No, and the Gulf War was longer than 30 years ago. Gulf War was 91.
Dude, I was in the military.
It's like 40 years ago.
I was in then.
In 91?
Yes, dude, I went in 90.
Nope, I wasn't then. I didn't go
Mm.
until 97.
Oh my god. Well, then they need to check my sweaty balls, see if I got the illness.
But
I wonder if
I
there's
did,
compensation for it.
but I did go to Iraq, so I guess it
Oh,
it
well, it
was like
depends if it
30
was
years
mobile.
later than that, but
Well, is it mobile? Is it something you get in Iraq, or is it something you bring to Iraq, or is it something you get only when you're in Iraq 30 years ago?
it could have been.
Well, I don't know. And what Gulf are they talking about? Which Gulf War? Isn't there a bunch of Gulf Wars?
Only one Gulf War.
There's only one?
That's it.
Oh man, why was I thinking there were two? Because I was in Saudi Arabia the second time, right?
You were out of the army already when after 9/11.
Right. Yeah, but that was Saudi Arabia. Wasn't it part of the Gulf War the first time?
Yeah, that was the Gulf War. The second war is called Operation Iraqi Freedom. It's not the Gulf War.
Oh, but it wasn't. It wasn't near the Gulf. It was the same place, but it wasn't near the Gulf.
We all staged in Kuwait there too.
Seemed like the same location to me. So if the illness came from the Gulf War location, I think it would matter. So why aren't you studying that? Anyway, they probably are. You're right.
Because he's only one of them. He's only one of them. He hasn't got there yet. Give him that
Yeah.
30 years.
Yeah, as soon as he figures this one out, he'll move on to the next one.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna move on the next headline.
Right, exactly. Ferrari says no, in capital letters, to electric vehicles. We'll stick with traditional combustion engines. Makes me want to buy a Ferrari, yeah?
Wish I could afford a Ferrari.
Well,
I might buy one. I don't got a problem with it. You know what? Let these first companies don't be the first one to do it.
you know,
That's like when something new. Don't be the first one to get it. Don't be the first one when a new mall or a new resort opens. Don't be the first ones to go. Let them work out all the kinks and bugs before you get one. Or before you
you
go.
know, there's pros and cons to that, right? Because the first one usually, wins the race. They usually collect on all the stuff. Like think about Bitcoin. The first clowns that jumped in on Bitcoin, went mining for these things. Now they're rich. You know what I mean?
Are they though?
I don't know. Some of them appear to be, or pretend they are. So I guess maybe they are.
Yeah.
If they cashed them in and paid for things with them. But you know what I'm saying? So sometimes being the first one is profitable. But sometimes you could just copy somebody else's stuff and be just as profitable later
Yeah, exactly.
without the liability.
And I'm gonna assume Ferrari owners don't want electric. That's why they're not going that way.
Maybe and you saw, I don't know if you saw this, but it was at San Francisco, probably it's one of those crap holes. But they were trying out those electric vehicles, those driverless electric or AI vehicles, whatever they're called. I don't know. And they're saying now they've got three reports a day about those vehicles just randomly stopping in the middle of the intersections, blocking fire trucks, and they said they're running over fire hoses.
I saw one with a police officer out there trying to direct traffic, and it couldn't recognize the police officer, and it didn't know what the hell to do.
Yeah. Or the flashing lights, it just stops and it's in the middle of the road in the way. And so they're working out the kinks. So that's a case like right there where they make a lot of money, but I'd rather be the second one on that because they're going to get all the lawsuits, and you're going to be like, okay, don't do that. Oh nope, stop the coding. All right, wait till this lawsuit settles. You know what I mean?
Code.
Now code, go. You know what I mean? So
change that Y to an X and keep on going.
Right. Good thing we had all those people learn to code, right?
Yeah.
But so I do in that scenario. I get it, man. That's probably the best bet is to wait for the first guy to take the heat and have all the lawsuits. But anyway, good for Ferrari.
Good. Yep. We'll move on.
Yeah. Oh, Ferrari, right to my favorite place, Seattle, to pay $2.3 million to whistleblowers who revealed Seattle mayor engaged in Chaz Chop cover-up.
Well, I don't know what Chaz Chop cover-up is, but good for those whistleblowers for getting paid.
Wasn't that the lady who said the summer of love?
I have no idea.
When they called that takeover, that autonomous zone, which they call Chaz or Chop, whatever.
Oh.
Yep.
I
That's
have
what it
no
is.
clue,
Autonomous
but...
zone. Something autonomous zone.
Well, good. Let the city who's already going broke put out another $2.3 million of people who actually deserve it now.
And it's sad, dude, because I almost moved up that way, man. I really like that. Well, I don't like the rain all the time. It's kind of gloomy in Seattle area, but I did like this state, and I was going to move up there at one point, and I'm glad I didn't. I don't know. That's like the Californians and Canadians.
Looks like you might want to move to Idaho because isn't that what half that state wants to
Dude,
annex to?
I was going to. I told you that right after I was in Colorado. I was going to move to Idaho. I was going to go to Boise. I took a trip out to Boise, and the lady I ran into, I was stopped at a restaurant, and I was just like, "Man, this place is a little busy." She goes, "Yep, you already missed it." I'm like, "What?" She goes, "Yep, they're all moving in. The prices are going up." So
Oh.
I missed the curve on that one. Yep. So, but anyway, Seattle, this is almost like California, and their
Well,
nonsense.
this
But
is money well spent though. This time, this money is going to people who deserve it.
sure, sure. I don't know what 2.3 million is for or what happened, but like, why would these people
Yeah,
deserve the money though?
and how much of that 2.3 million is actually going to the lawyer that got him that?
Isn't that crazy, dude? Like, isn't that crazy? Like, they look at these big settlements, and then you realize that like 80% of it goes to legal fees.
Yeah.
And the legal fees are the lawyers, right? The lawyers are who?
Oh,
Who are the
I'm
lawyers?
sure.
Lawyers are the ones that become the politicians. They're the ones that make the laws, make the rules. And they make them hard for you to understand so that you need a lawyer. Dude, it's a big cycle, man.
True.
It's a
That's
big
very true.
circle, a
Yeah.
big cycle, and we're the idiots that keep playing the same stupid game. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And maybe I'm just jealous because I'm not in the game.
If you know how to work the system, you can make a lot more money than doing the right thing.
Yeah, right. Well, my problem is I do want to do the right thing. I'm not perfect. Of course, I make mistakes, say stupid things. You know what I mean? But I'm not perfect, but I want to do the right thing. And I'm not saying that lawyers don't do the right thing, but when you think of a lawyer, right, you think more unethical than ethical, right?
Sometimes.
No, you don't have that impression, that general stereotype of a lawyer?
Not all of them now.
Well, I'm not saying all of them. That's not what I said. I said the general
Oh.
stereotype, just like politicians. Most people think politicians lie.
I think politicians way up there. Lawyers, not so much.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Because,
But the problem with lawyers is they just take crummy cases that win, and now you have people suing for hot stuff in their lap. No shit, it's fucking hot, dumbass.
well, right. That's what I said. So, for the sake of a lawyer, like, why are you taking that case? Okay, you can argue if
Because I can
somebody's willing
win.
to pay you, right? Then you might as well do it. Like, you can't stop somebody from
Yep.
suing, right? But I mean, when you think of a lawyer, though, you think about them going in court, like, not necessarily outright lying, but they do have to work around the truth and embellish, and they have to do that stuff. Because if they knew right offhand that their client walked in and was guilty, they still can't say that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, if they were ethical, they'd say, "Well, I can't represent you because I couldn't
Yeah.
honestly make a case knowing in the back of my mind that I know you're guilty."
True.
But they could go in there and say, "I'm just going to get you a fair trial." And by being a fair trial, you're just playing by the rules.
Right. Yep.
But
Yep.
if you're not being ethical, though, that's why I said it's a hard balance, man.
Well,
You've got to be able to walk.
every profession has it. So
Sure, but there's a difference between working at Amazon and stealing packages out of the back of the truck and walking into a courtroom and telling people stuff that is not true. You know what I mean?
that's
Because
the same.
they have no
It's
way.
the same.
Yeah, well, maybe, right? In the eyes of the Lord.
Yep.
Good thing I don't work for Amazon or a lawyer. But anyways, is that the last one? I got one more, right?
Moving on.
All right. Egypt fires back after Netflix casts Cleopatra as black, makes their own series with history prioritized. Did you see any of this controversy yet?
No. What'd they do? Take that version of Cleopatra off Netflix and put their own version of Cleopatra on
No,
Netflix?
no. But this is the way it needs to happen, right? So Netflix created that Cleopatra, and they casted a black person as Cleopatra. Well, Egypt says, no, it's not possible. She wasn't black. Stop destroying our history with your, race swapping crap. You know what I mean? America puts up with the crap because that's what we do because we're so soft and tolerant, right? But Egypt's like, oh, hell no. We're just going to put out our own special and we're going to correct the record. And that's, I think, the way to handle it. And for the record,
But did they
this,
did they put it on Netflix?
I don't know. I don't
So
think
if they made their own in Egypt, it probably didn't do anything.
No, and I don't even think it's made yet. I think they're making it. But
Oh,
it's a statement. I mean, it's a statement basically. At the end of the day, when you look up Cleopatra, you're going to be able to find two different versions, and you get to compete with it. So I think that's the correct thing to do.
gotcha.
But I will tell you that this Cleopatra movie's got like on the Rotten Tomatoes, it's like a 2% and 1%.
Well, that's horrible.
Even, even you know how usually the consumers are more accurate, but even the critics are low. So this Cleopatra was a bomb. It was a can I say bomb on TV? Yeah, I could say that, right?
Oh,
It failed. It was a even
ah,
that
shit! They're knocking on my door right now.
right, right. So you know what I mean. This is, I think, the right way to do it. You know what I mean? Let them make their crap, and you just go make another one. Having like a parallel economy, whatever it is.
Yeah,
Even I saw something about them talking about with all the people making a mass exodus of California, they're trying to turn Texas into the next Hollywood. You know what I mean? So good for them. That's what we need. We just need to put up the counter argument, the competition, because this stuff is getting old, dude. I'm getting tired of it. You know what I mean? You can't just, are you really that stupid? You can't come up with your own original ideas?
they gotta change everything that's already out there.
Right? Or why don't you find, like Wakanda, why don't you find, a person of color to represent in a movie? Like, why do you have to create something of something that's not even real? You know what I mean? Like, why do you have to keep flopping and swiping? You know what I mean? Why do you do that? You're that unoriginal?
Or appeasing to somebody.
But you get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
why do you have to change, whatever, Peter Pan to whatever? Why do you have to do that? Just make your own damn show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it's good, people will watch it. It's kind of stupid to me. You know what I mean? It's like, could you imagine them making Star Wars and all the Jedi are now rebel or, whatever Empire and the Empire's Jedi? Like, what? Nobody's going to understand it. It's stupid.
I don't understand Star Wars as it is anyway. So,
I don't either. But, I got something I represent, anyways, so that is a wrap for this one. But did I say stupid again this episode? I think I did, right?
probably. Who knows?
Yeah, I hate it, man. So dock that from my pay. But that means that you guys are gonna have to pay more to keep me working for free. Anyways, thanks, Nate, for joining me again. As always, I appreciate it, and thank you all out there for tuning in, watching, sharing, liking, your comments. Still waiting on you guys to get involved. Even some of you guys have been on the show. We'd love to see you again. And I do want to give a shout out before I forget, which remember Brian? Do you remember Brian?
Mm-hmm.
Navy Brian that was on here a while ago. He's relocated and he's doing some good things now. And he actually was passing on to a couple of his friends this show. So I want to give him a shout out for thinking about me and still being there.
Good for him.
Friend.
Good for him.
Yeah. And I wish him the best. I hope all works out. And hopefully we'll see him on here again, right?
Excellent.
So some of you guys. All right. Well, until then, Godspeed.
And pull the pin ready. Boom.
Thanks for joining us here at Pull the Pin Already. We hope you had as much fun as we did. If you like what we do, go ahead and hit that like button and share this video with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you don't miss out on any of our future episodes. But most importantly, leave a comment below. Let us know if you agree or disagree with our opinions. Hope to see you here next time on Pull the Pin Already.